It's not on yet.
Okay, just let me know whenever the stream starts. I'm running up to a castle anyway, it'll take me a minute.
Okay, I can see it now.
You can see my guy now.
Yes.
Okay, let me get on the roof of this castle so I can show you.
Yeah, use like nearly a minute delay.
So, standing up here, I'm in mid-range right now. And you'll see I'm getting around 60 FPS. And then when I look out here, I'll look over these trees and you can see how, like, this is your view distance of how far you can see. And if I wanted to go, like, if I actually wanted to see what was going on over there and I wanted long range, I can click on menu and then I've got combat range modes. And then I can click on that and I've got short range combat mode, mid range combat mode, and long range combat mode.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just click on long range, you'll see how it loaded everything in where I can see it, but I took an FPS hit. I dropped down to the 30s now. But you can see how far I can see, like right now. I mean, that's like I'm looking 3,000 meters roughly. I can see out 3,000 meters, which is what
Yeah.
we've not been able to do that before. And then, like, I can change it to get the if I go to medium, you can see it boosts me to 62 right here, and I can still see like right around the area, and I can still see like the houses, you know, a few hundred meters out. You know how far that is. Like I can see it. Now, if I had guys like right around the castle area here, let's say this was urban, and I needed to go into short range because I wanted to have the best FPS to fight them. So I could change this and I could go into short range, and now look, I'm going down to fight them. Look at what my FPS is. You'll see it whenever I change to short range.
Yeah.
So like if I was just dealing with stuff right around the castle right here, 120 to 150 FPS all the way around the castle.
Wow.
And then it's like I run out here, and then you'll see I look in a distance, and it's like, oh, I need to see past the road. Now I can see past the road, and I still got good FPS, but it's like, oh, wait, is that something way in the distance? And just like that, I can change it, and I can bounce around my FPS like that. In a matter of seconds, I can change my views real quick without having to restart my game and everything. And when I scroll my mouse wheel and I have the main menu, when I click on that main menu, you see how it's got the little number 1 beside it for combat modes?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I create other items in game, that's going to give me like the combat modes, or like let's say I have other things in this menu, they're all going to be in a perfect list right there. It's not going to rearrange in that, so you'll get used to it. Like whenever you click on main menu, you know the very first one is going to be combat range modes. And then like if I add another menu in here, like let's say it was something else, it'll be the next one down. That way you're not constantly trying to hunt for it in the list and stuff. And that'll always be under main menu. Like see, the main menu will always drop to the bottom. I've got it right now, so it's always dropping to the bottom. Eventually I'm going to try to make it go to the very tip top of ARMA.
Yeah.
And then that way, whenever you scroll your mouse wheel, it's always the very top. I'd like, at first, I think what I'm going to do is try to make it to go to the bottom always. And then if I can continue to keep everything on the bottom, what it'll do is whenever you run up to something, your very first action is what pops up. And then that way, whenever you run up to a vehicle and you hit your auto button, you'll just automatically get into it and things like that. So you won't have all that, like, for instance, if we had a search here and things like that where that shit pops up, it'll prevent that from messing up the menu the way it used to. So I'm going to organize the menu a hell of a lot better too. I love being able to see the distance though, like if I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't flew with, I want to see what it's like when you fly with long. It's going to be a game changer though, because when we're in like or short areas where we need a lot of FPS, being able to crank that thing up to 150 FPS, that's going to be horrific for us compared to what we were used to dealing with. Wow.
This is slight change
Oh yeah, yeah. With that distance, that blue reflecting everything, it just looks so much better. You know the town I'm at. I'm right by Starry. I'm just south of Starry. And I can look down and actually see the coast. Like right over there is Churn. Look at that. And I have 36 FPS right now doing that. That's Cherno. There's the little town in the middle, the big rock. Like, just look at the distances. Right there's Starry. Novi. Like, so you can see how this is really going to help people flying and stuff like that to be able to change. And I'm going to add it on the vehicles as well, where they can, like right now where you don't have the main menu on the vehicle, I'm going to add it to these as well so that it'll pop up under the vehicle stuff as well, and you can change your view distance while you're in a vehicle. That's crazy. I can see all the way, like look at Cherno. I can see Cherno really good. I'm flying to it. I can see everything. Damn, I bet when I get to Cherno, I can see Electro from Cherno. Yeah, it's loading over there. You can see it slowly loading. I can see Electro and Cherno at the same time. You see that? This will be amazing for pilots. This will help them so much. Yeah, this is... I want to see, I'm going to go back into Cherno here and toggle it and see what kind of FPS I'm hitting, because I actually bumped it up just a little bit here on the distance. So right now in the heart of Cherno, I'm getting like 20 to 37 on my FPS right now. So first bump, we'll go to medium. Medium puts me in the 40 to 50s there. And then if I wanted to go to urban combat, wow, look at that in Cherno.
Ooh.
Got to run through some parts of it. 70 in this part, and you know how bad it is with these pipelines. 85, look at that shit. Wow. God, we are going to be able to play. This is going to be so much better than what it was before. Yeah, it's like 80s all around through here, 70s and 80s. Son of a bitch, and like little buildings and stuff. Actually, you know what? That's what I need to do, is I need to go in a building so I can see what it's like when we go in a building, just to see what a room clear would be. This building over here would kind of be like if we were doing a building clear, so I can see what kind of FPS we got as I go into this building and walk through it. And it's got windows and stuff pointing out as well, so that'll give me a real good idea. So if we were doing like a room clear on this, look at that, in the hundreds. Wow, we are going to be able to room clear like it ain't nobody's business. I never dropped below the 30 mark. Like I stayed at least in the 50s. And then it would be like if you moved up here in Overwatch and you wanted to see, all you need to do is go long range, and now look, I can see everything in as far as you can see. And it kills the FPS, but you really don't have to have FPS when you're like this trying to look for range. And then when I hit my scope, I'm still in the 80s in my scope, but look how far I can see.
Wow.
So you could really give Overwatch now. Wow, 130s as I'm running down the steps. 142, wow, 47. Oh my god, Foo, we are going to rock this shit. This is like the biggest issue that Arma has, and I think this is going to be a really good substitute for it. And I'm in mid-range right now. I'm not even in short range. I'm pushing those numbers in mid-range. Now I'm in short range. I'm going to check, like, let's say we was clearing the firehouse. Let me see. Oh, God, yeah. Easily up into it. Yeah, we're staying well above that 30 mark. Anything above 30 is good, and even in the worst hits, we're only dropping down into like the 50s. Check that one building. I wanted to make sure I could see to the end of the street. Oh, I can't wait to play. I got to get the rest of this mod done so we can play it and test it out. I want to spawn in a whole bunch of guys in a town and let us just fight the town and see what happens when we have a whole bunch of guys in town. See how hard it hits the FPS. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Dun dun dun.